Hey, everybody, it's time. It's time for the Celtic Rain radio show. I'm just saying, it's 9 o'clock. My alarm's about to go off. Guess what? It's 9 o'clock. Yay! So I have an alarm set for every night at 9 o'clock because that allows me to let my son know when he needs to go take a stinking bath because he's 14 and he smells bad. I'm just saying. It works, people. It works. I don't know about you. Are you the kind of person who sets alarms on your phone so you can remember to do things? Because I am. I'm like, oh, right, that's that. Oh, right, I have to go do that. Yay. Thank you, alarm, for allowing my life to work. Oh my gosh. So we're completely moved into our new house. Everything is everywhere except for this tiny little corner of the world. So welcome to my tiny little corner of the world that makes sense right now. That's right. It makes sense right here. This is my little bubble of sense making, kind of, maybe a little, just a little. Um, yeah, so the rest of my house is insanity because we just moved in, but this little corner, welcome to my bubble. The Celtic Rain radio show bubble. That's right. We're going to have some amazing times tonight. If you are just watching, you should definitely go over to YouTube and like and subscribe. If you're not watching from YouTube, I'll just say that. You can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky, and like and subscribe. People push that little bell thing because that bell thing lets you know when we're going to be on. And then you'll be able to be like, ooh, they're on. Yay. I get to be a part of the show. That's awesome, man. Because, that's what I've always wanted to do with my life. I've always wanted to be part of the Celtic Rain radio show. I have an amazing guest on tonight. Monoplan is with us. Yay! Now, we've had Monoplan on before, so we're gonna like catch up and be like, yeah, so what's going on with your life? And how's your peoples and stuff, Needless to say, he is all the way from Russia, so that's awesome. And we're gonna listen to some amazing music, as we always do. If you are a musician and you would like to send me your stuff, all you have to do is be a small label or independent artist, and it needs to be family friendly, meaning no cursing, don't make fun of people, all that fun stuff that happens with that. I know, it's just the way it is. But needless to say, so on to the music, because that's what we're here for. I know. But you can send your music, by the way, to celticrain777@gmail.com. The first song we're going to hear is called Bold Riley by the Selkie Girls. Some of my favorite people, Selkie Girls. I'm just saying, that was a great interview. I loved interviewing the Selkie Girls. They're just such great musicians and sweet as pie, man. It was amazing. Then we're going to listen to It's a Brand New Day by me. I know, it's hilarious. I actually wrote this song while sitting at the piano in seminary, when I was in seminary, and I was thinking about how the things that were past, and I can let them go, and it can just be a brand new day to just start over and keep going. And then we're going to listen to Blood River Rage by Bleeding Raven. So we're it's going to be like a flip-flop, but it's going to be fun. Needless to say, some really good stuff coming your way, and I can't wait until you get to see it. That's what I have to say. So I know it's kind of interesting because I love the musicians that are on this show, and now you get to hear them too. You ready? Here we go.
And the noise O'Reilly. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear old O'Reilly. Oh, is gone away. O'Reilly's waiting, bags all set. O'Reilly, oh, O'Reilly. And the Liverpool girls will never forget. O'Reilly, oh, has gone away. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear old O'Reilly, oh, O'Reilly. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear old O'Reilly, oh, has gone away. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear old O'Reilly, oh, O'Reilly. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear old O'Reilly, oh, is gone away.
I wrote this in seminary. I was sitting in the chapel and it just started coming out. So here you go.
It's a new day, it's a new time, there's a new way, gonna live my life. Oh, the old has passed away, and the new has come. Thank God it's a brand new day. It's a new day. It's a new time, it's a new way, gonna live my life. Oh, the old has passed away, and the new has come. Thank God it's a brand new day. Looking back on yesterday, there are things that I regret, but I put my past behind me, and I never will forget. You have covered my mistakes and my broken dreams. Over the horizon, there's a dawning, 'cause it's a new day, it's a new time. There's a new way, gonna live my life. Oh, the old has passed away,
new time. There's a new way, gonna live my life. Oh, the old has passed away and the new has come. Thank God it's a brand new day. And I realize the sun is rising, and I feel the sun
So we've actually had Bleeding Raven on the show before. He's from Canada, and a lot of his music is influenced by the understanding of the native Canadians that are there and the ones that were there before Canadians came. So and his and they and their plight and what they went through. And so it's and when he tells it, it makes total sense. You're like, oh my gosh, that is pretty amazing. But he collaborates with people all over the world to make his music, which is really an interesting concept. I would love to do something like that one day. But yes, but we do have on Monoplan now, though. So, you know, hey, 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 how are you doing?
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, everybody. I'm doing fine, thank you. Great to be on the show again.
I know, all the way from Russia. Yay, Russia! And we've got our beautiful Monoplan. So yeah, so we're having a great time with you and your music. I love the you just have there's so many interesting concepts behind your music that make me uh think, which I love that, to be able to be like, okay, well, what does this mean and how does it fit together? I know you've been on the show before, so you've told us a little bit about your background, but all of your stuff, you do all of your stuff yourself, correct?
Yes, correct.
Hmm. And
Just using my recent studio digital audio workstation. I'm on the older version now because I lost my subscription to the new version. So,
Mm. Little by little, right? You use what you got. Believe me. It's kind of interesting because I understand that we had, for the longest time, we had this huge mongoose board. I mean, it was hilarious to travel around with. Thing was heavy, so stupid heavy, and it was literally a soundboard that we used from Samuel's mom and dad used it when they had a band before Samuel and before my husband even. And that thing was still working. And by the time we gave it away, it was still working. So sometimes going back to older versions isn't always bad, because you're just like, whoa, this thing is actually not as bad as yeah, the other ones have a little bit more bells and whistles, but it can be very it can give you sounds that you forgot about for a while, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. How what are some of the things that you found that you may have forgotten before because you had all the bells and whistles, but now you're like, oh wait, I like that sound? What are some of those?
this is absolutely true because this older version has that specific sound which is, uh, mm, mm, I'd say, which is the best for making cold wave or gothic synth, just like this. It sounds so cold. The reverbs are cold. The old synths are so inhuman. I don't know. I like the older version better, I think.
Nice, nice.
The
Yeah, well,
newer kind of production is maybe not for me.
yeah. Well, that retro sounds are back in. So, hey, that's a beautiful thing to have, you know? It's like, well, yeah, I got this. This is nice. I know I went for the longest time when you had to like put the disc into your computer and download the the thing onto your computer. I still have like the print music. I don't know if you remember print music, but print music, you'd put the disc in and then they would download the thing onto your computer, and then you take it out and da, 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 and now everything's online, of course. So you have to figure out how to get it from online. But it was, I still have that to this day, just in case the whole world just dies. I'm like, I got this. I can print out music. I'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's
why
so
not? I remember there were Akai samplers with libraries of samples on compact discs, and I know people still use it to this day. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. It was so funny too. I was moving, of course, when you're moving, you find things you're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know I had this forever." But I still have some floppy disks. And I'm like, "Why do I have these?" But then everything inside me is like, "Don't you get rid of those. Don't you dare. You never know. One day you might need them." And so I've got this one box. It's about this big and it's got those little square disks in them and I'm like, "You never know." One day, maybe I'll find a machine that can like tell me what's on them still to this. They might be bad, but who knows?
I
I'm
don't think I have any floppy disks, but I have cassette tapes. You just don't see. I have a cassette deck there somewhere behind
nice.
my back.
Yes, yes.
And
I
I have
have
a bag of tapes.
nice. I love it. I think there's a nostalgia for what you grew up with, for the things that were like, oh yeah. I was in the record store the other day and we still have records. I have them right behind me. It's my records right here. And they had the what is it? The laser discs. I'm like, yeah, that was and I had a boyfriend whose father had a laser disc player and he's like, this is like the new wave. This is what's going to be the future for like 5 minutes. It was like 5 minutes of laser discs and then everybody was like, CDs are better and DVDs are better because they didn't even have those back then. It was like laser discs and you're like, oh, these huge record movies. It's like, and now
Personally, I
they're a
think this
quarter.
is
Now they're
great.
worth a quarter, like some store somewhere. It's amazing to think about that. And I bet you could get some really interesting samples off of those old recordings of things, couldn't you? And just put them in your music.
I don't work with samples, but the old recording, some old recording, sure can inspire me.
Absolutely.
I don't work with samples. It's not complicated. It's just not my way, just not the way I'm doing things.
Oh, absolutely. So, what inspires you the most?
It's always been 80s music. It's always been new wave, synth pop, post punk, and gothic and stuff like this. But I'm inspired by other genres and other decades. Like, the song "We Will Be Free," which we will be listening to
Yep.
today, was inspired by trance music, vocal trance, pop trance, or stuff like this from the year 2000 and around that. I think you remember that kind
Yeah.
of music being
Yeah.
played here and there.
Absolutely. Is there a specific song that inspires you the most?
I can't name a specific song.
Or
There are
artist?
too many songs that inspired me. Uh, and in this case, I was not inspired by any specific song too. Just maybe a little bit by Paul Oakenfold and Perfecto stuff.
Okay. Nice.
Uh, I love the music the man does, and but not a specific song. No,
What
just
what about that what about that inspires you?
many things. Many things. I could be inspired by nature. I could be inspired by a book,
Mhm.
a record. Just one sound I could hear somewhere. It could be music, or it could be some industrial sound, some natural sound.
Right,
Uh,
right.
I mean, I can hear something and say, "Well, I like it. Maybe I'll try to imitate it on my synthesizer, my virtual synthesizer."
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Mm,
And then it just kind of flows from there. So you get that sound and you're like, "Oh, interesting." And then you can just pile the different sounds on top and allow that to, go from there then and allow
yes,
that
it's
music to start
always one
process.
little thing that starts it all.
Nice. Nice. So if have you ever collaborated with anybody?
Yes, before Monoplan, there was a project called Spielzeuge in German. It means toys in German. It was a collaboration project with a girl named Daria. She wrote lyrics and she sang, and I wrote music and did the arrangements and everything else. It was a
Nice,
short-lived project. We've been active around 2 years.
nice. Was
Yeah.
how was that process for you? Was that something that you enjoyed? Is that something
Yes,
you'd like to do again?
yes, very much. I love to collaborate with other people, to exchange ideas. Uh, it's a great experience overall. But you know, my own music is like a very small and closed world, and I cannot imagine sharing it with anyone else that much that the other person could be really involved and start collaborating.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Sometimes when I'm
It's
writing a
very
piece,
personal.
it's like, yeah, it's like your child, right? You've got this thing you've created, and you put it out there, and you make it and you create it and you mold it, and you think, okay, this is what it is, and then you stick it into the world and you go, okay, fly, little birdie, and you you hope that it'll just take flight and people will be like, oh yeah, I love that, and it goes and touches someone's heart. At least that's the way I feel about my music a lot. It's like, okay, and everything, it feels like sometimes everything rides on, is this good, did it work, is did it put into the world what I wanted it to be there. um and sometimes that kind of pulls you in, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I've known, at least with my music I've watched, has I write a song and I create it, put it out there, and I think this one's going to be the one. And then that other song that's kind of over here and obscure, people are like, I really like this one, and you're just like, really? That's the one you like? Okay, great. But then you have those songs that you create and you're like, yeah, this one, this is going to be big. This is going to touch people's heart. This is one they're going to latch on to and really really love. And you can just see the difference. But yeah, I had to, because I work with my husband and creating these things, I had to learn that feeling of, oh my gosh, yeah, how do I deal with this? Oh my gosh, this is not what I want. Da, 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 da. I had to kind of learn how to let some of that go. Now he might say that I haven't let enough go as he'd want me to. But I've learned that there are certain parts you have to be like, all right, so I didn't see that changing there, but that's not a bad thing, and I've watched as it has grown my music to let some of that go sometimes, you know. So I can imagine when you're in the middle of it and your brain's just right there and you're just like, okay, I'm consumed with this. To be able to get out of that has is probably impossible sometimes.
Yes, every time. It happens every time. Every time I get consumed by the new song I'm working on, the
Yeah.
new music.
So how many times do you develop music, or do you do it every day? Is that something you do every day, or is that something that you do like once a week or once a month, or how does that process work for you?
Absolutely randomly. There is no daily or weekly basis to it. Uh, I can just wake up with a new idea and dedicate the next few days to working on this idea, playing with it this way and that way, trying to put it, trying to fit it in this style and that style, and then leave it for months. That's okay.
Right.
Some ideas just have to lie there waiting until I come back to them with maybe a fresh inspiration, with maybe a fresh approach. And then, wow, very quickly and very easily, seemingly, a new song is born from an old idea, which was lying waiting on my shelf in my brain, gathering
Yeah.
dust for weeks or months or maybe years. like "We Will Be Free." It was written back in 2018, I think, if not earlier. I can't remember now. An old song,
So
way before Plan.
tell us about "We Will Be Free" because we're going to listen to it right now. So I want to tell us, what does it mean? What was the history behind this?
When I was in Spielzeuge, um, I wasn't writing anything in Russian. I wrote songs with English lyrics, and the second half of the duo, Daria, she wrote lyrics in German. We mm, we were only planning to start releasing songs sung in English, and "We Will Be Free" was just a small idea which I started working on in that vein, planning to record and release it by the Spielzeuge moniker, under the Spielzeuge moniker, someday as a B-side, a deep cut, just a track.
Yeah.
But Spielzeuge was no more, and Monoplan didn't exist yet. I was just playing with the old stuff, making some new stuff, and I decided to return to this song, and I finished it in maybe a couple of weeks.
Nice.
I recorded a demo and put it on the shelf, and it was there for years until I thought, why not releasing it this time finally?
Yeah.
I was working on the new EP Chimera. I had 3 songs ready and almost done, and I decided to blow the dust off this old song, and here it is.
Nice. Nice. Well, we're going to listen to that. And we have a few more songs. You can do a little chair dancing with us, have a little fun. And then we'll have you back on. Sound great? Sounds good. All right, you guys, we are going to listen to "We Will Be Free" by Monoplan. And then we have "I Have a Secret" by David East. And then we have "I'm Not Saying" by Creaky Dog. Some amazing, amazing music. I know. It's one of those nights just full of wonderful music. You guys ready?
Some people say we're only actors in a play, but let's seize the day before the feeling slips away, before the darkness falls to steal your light from me. We could forget about the curse of gravity. We could be free, if only for a minute. We could be free, if only for a while. We take a chance to leave the night behind. We'd sing and dance and feel alive. We could be free. We still can dream, although the tissue of those dreams is paper thin. We've got the light that shines within, until the darkness comes and draws an end to all. We still have things to do before the curtain calls. And we'll be free, if only for a minute. Yes, we'll this paper thin. There's still a fire that burns within, until the darkness comes and draws an end to all. We've got so much to do before the curtain call, and we'll be free, if only for a minute. Yes, we'll be free, if only for a while. We'll take the chance to leave the night behind. We'll sing and dance, we'll feel alive. We will be free, if
face. What little time you're here, you'll learn which ones to hold dear and which ones might receive His grace. Now I'm not saying the Lord don't love everybody, but He favors some and turns others away. And until He comes again, I recommend you be His friend and answer to Him all throughout your day. People like to change. Look around, there's quite a range of disbelief and attitude and lack of faith. One thing you cannot do in your life is get to choose when it's time for you to meet God face to face. Now I'm not saying the Lord don't love everybody, but He favors some and turns others away. And until He comes again, I recommend you be His friend and answer to Him all throughout your day. He wants to know if you're willing to go and do the things He needs you to. Do not be afraid to say to others how you love to pray. Now I'm not saying the Lord don't love everybody, but He favors some and turns others away. And until He comes again, I recommend you be His friend and answer to Him all throughout your day. Now I'm not saying the Lord don't love everybody, but He favors some and turns others away. And until He comes again, I recommend you be His friend and answer to Him all throughout your day. Bum bum ba-dum bum, ba-da bum bum ba-dum bum, bum bum ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum 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 bum.
So, some awesome music. We're going to listen to some other great music. CelticRain777@gmail.com. That's where you send your music. Obviously, I play all kinds of music. Ta-da. Amazing, right? I know. We're going to listen to some other music. We're going to listen to a song called Lullaby by Tiffany Eppen. And then we're going to listen to Piezu. Now, obviously, I did not write Piezu. It's a very classical tune that everybody has heard. But Celtic Rain, me and my husband, have done Piezu. So this is our version of Piezu. And then we have Moon Lady by Ginger Ackley. I love Ginger so much. She's like, when I grow up, I want to be, there's like two of the ladies that I play here all the time. I want to be a mix of Ginger Ackley and what is wrong with me? And I can't think of her name. Of course, because that's the way brains work, right? I will think of it later, and I'll give you the other half of who I am. Because, you have to have like a little bit of a dual personality, or life's just not interesting. Oh, Darwin's Prophet. Got it. Thank you, brain. So I want to like be a mix of like Darwin's Prophet and Ginger Ackley when I grow up. And yes, I'm not grown up yet. One day, maybe. Why grow up? It's not fun. Needless to say. I'm just saying. But here is some beautiful music for you beautiful people.
Tiny footprints in deep snow. Little Matchka walks alone. Blizzard storm this New Year's night. Tears well up in her eyes. Freeze her face. Long for father's embrace. She turns her face toward the sky. Falling star burns so bright. No match does she have sold, while she huddles in the cold. Tonight she'll be that warmth and light. tears are shattered dreams. She watches her ship sail away into the distance. It fades, despair across her face, longing for a love's embrace. She turns her face toward the sky, setting sun burns so bright. Ocean winds begin to blow. She's sunk into the foam. Tonight she'll be part of the light. Tonight, soaring in the starlit sky. Up above, she flies so high. In heaven, her fears will fade this night. Siren sings the night wind's lullaby. Flies away. Fly up to the clouds. They soar above the town. In the air, the two souls meet as they approach a child asleep. In his house, warm in his bed, tiny child lays his head. Blizzard storm outside this New Year's Eve as his mind begins to dream. A smile across angelic face, sleep in mother's warm embrace. Mother looks out toward the sky as she hears the lullaby. Two young girls have found their home, found warmth inside the cold. Tonight they'll bring joy to a child. Tonight, sleeping beneath the starlit sky. As he dreams, he sees them fly. He'll sleep till the morning light, and they'll sing to him sweet lullabies and fly away. Sleep until the morning light. Moon lady dancing on silver, dancing in light and in shade. Moon lady dancing my heart away, dancing to love's serenade. Sweet are his dreams in the still of the night, soft is the music he hears. Moonlight and shadow entwining, drawing him near. Moon lady dancing on silver, dancing in light and in shade. Moon lady dancing my heart away, dancing to love's serenade. Silent his step as he nears the fay glen, gentle her touch on his skin. Graceful the steps she is dancing, dancing his heart for to win. Moon lady dancing on silver, dancing in light and in shade. Moon lady dancing my heart away, dancing to love's serenade. Ruler of day, now from me turn your face. Lady of night, take my hand. Moon lady, keep me within your embrace, for I am yours to command. Moon lady dancing on silver, dancing in light and in shade. Moon lady dancing my heart away, dancing to love's serenade. Forever they dance in the still of the night, the man and the moon lady fair. Never to sorrow, never to part, for love is the dance that they share. Moon lady dancing on silver, dancing in light and in shade. Moon lady dancing my heart away, dancing to love's serenade.
This is probably one of my favorite songs by her. Ginger Ackley is just the sweetest. Sweetest. I'm just saying, I had her on a couple months ago, and I was just like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're, you know, when you have people on or you get to know people and you're just like, you and I are supposed to be friends forever. Like, just that connection. And it's like, you are mine, I claim you. And you lick them. Like, like, because then it's like your cookie. It's my cookie. Yeah, totally. I was like, lady, forever. You're with me forever. I can feel it. Well, another person that's with me forever is Monoplan. So, hey, Monoplan, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, great music so far. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I love our artists because they just They just make my heart happy. Um, yeah, and so yeah, I have been, it's kind of weird to think about, but it's been almost 2 years, literally almost 2 years. And we've been doing this show, and it's just like, oh my gosh, such great music over those 2 years. Such great music, and just getting to know the artists and getting to know you. You guys are what make this show. Is the artists that are on this show. So thank you for sending your music, or this wouldn't be happening, you know. So it would just be me up here with mine and being like, okay, so here's all my music. And that's all I got. But I love having the breadth and the variety of music that is sent to me. It makes my heart happy a lot. Yeah. So what is, I know with you, you have a lot of music. That's you're one of the people that have sent me so much, and it's been wonderful because I've been able to just play you and let people hear all of your music. What is probably one of your favorite songs that you've created?
It's a tough question. I love them all. They are like my children. Uh, if I had to pick just one, it probably could be Violet Smoke, or
Mm.
maybe Star, or maybe The Wine of Babylon, um, something from that period.
Yeah. So tell me why. What makes it those more, what touches your heart about those more than the others?
It must be about that period in time that, well, they just went good when I was working on them. They went all right. I mean, writing, recording, singing, everything just went well. It doesn't happen every time. In the case of Chimera, for example, I was suffering from COVID, and I was trying to catch my voice. I was trying to adjust my breath.
Oh yeah.
I was really, really struggling, and it shows and it feels. In the case of the Wine of Babylon mini album, the EP, everything went so smoothly. It was kind of surprising to me. All the
Nice.
songs mm, uh, laid so good, like parts of the puzzle. It all worked very well, and I'm happy with the result. The Wine of Babylon is probably the best effort I ever done, the best I ever recorded, or
Nice.
not. Maybe the best one is still in the future.
Yeah, you never know. You never know which
Yes, you never know.
up
But
to this
but for
moment.
now, if I had to pick one or two songs, I would recommend people to go and listen to the Wine of Babylon,
Nice, nice. Yeah,
the whole
definitely.
EP, or at least the first three songs from it.
Nice. So if you uh if you had to give advice to someone who was going to be starting into this industry and wanted to do music the way you do, what would you tell them?
Don't be afraid. Be bold. Never be afraid to do what you like the way you like it, not the way someone else is asking you to. Don't let someone else's vision affect your feeling, affect your approach. You are your own universe, and you set the rules for the things you are creating. Just be
Absolutely.
yourself. But I doubt I'm the one who would give advices, because I'm just a very, very small independent artist. But anyway, uh, people who create should never be afraid of anything.
Never. I think the independent artist is the one who should give advice, because they're not the ones with a bunch of people backing them saying, you can do this, you can go, 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 go. And they still keep going. And they never stop. They're the ones that have the heart that is just never gives up. And as an independent artist, I understand. It's like, okay, no, it, it might get hard. You might not have the time. Sometimes you might have life get in the way, but just don't stop. You know, be the person you are. And I, I think that the independent artist is the one that should give the advice, because frankly, they're the ones that deal with the hard part of music, in the instance of, you question independent artist questions every day, should I keep doing this? you know
Exactly. Not every day, maybe, but often, yes.
at
I
least,
do ask myself this question.
should I keep doing this? Yes, I should keep doing this. I can't not do this. And if you can't not do this, then you're a musician. I've told people all the time, go make music. But if you're going to be a musician, if you could be anything else, be it. But if you can't get away from it, then dude, it's in your heart. You can't not be a musician. It's
No,
like,
you can't get away from
yeah,
it.
you can't get
It's
away
just
from it.
not.
You're stuck. Hate to break it to you. That's who you are. And it's like, yeah, no. And that's exactly. But I love what you said about you are your own universe. Expand on that, because I love that. Tell me more about that.
Uh, George Harrison once sung uh, something like this: "Feel the rising sun, universe at play inside your DNA." And when I write songs, when I'm in my very small studio, recording something, demoing something, or just like that, it feels like I'm my own universe, and it's waking up, and it's working, functioning in full when I'm in the middle of creative process,
Hmm.
or when I'm working on my music. It's like a whole new world, not the usual life, not the daily life, not like everything, not like anything else.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
something very special, just like a whole new world indeed. And
Yeah.
this is what I mean. Uh, don't lose it.
Mm-mm.
If you're in doubt, you may lose it. You may lose this feeling of a whole new world inside you,
Yes.
waking up and blooming every time you make a song.
Yeah, I understand that. When I'm in the middle of making music, you go into you go into another universe. You go into this feeling of like you've just left this world and gone into another. And then you stop, and it takes a moment because you're still kind of there, and you feel the sweetness of it. And then it goes away. And then you're like, okay, and I'm back. Like,
It doesn't go away for
yeah.
long. It's
Alright,
always
no, and then
right
you
there
get back
behind
into
you,
it,
beside
and
you.
then but then you have to, like, walk outside that door, like, go to the rest of the world, and you're like, "Whew, that was," there is a sweetness to it, like you're smelling flowers or something, that just consumes your senses. Um, I love it. It's beautiful. Well, we are gonna listen to another one of your songs, and I'm never gonna say this right. So, I'm gonna try just because it's fun to try. It's a is it Zapirti? Zapirti? Zapirti. I'm
Yes,
wrong.
Zipper T.
Zipperti.
It
Yeah.
means locked up or locked in.
Locked
Uh,
in. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. So tell us about this song.
it was written in the middle of pandemic, in the heart of it, in the thick of it.
Oh.
It is actually a song about a couple living somewhere in a village or some other place like that, in a house. Uh, the couple, they are they stopped loving each other long ago. Maybe
Mm.
they uh, barely can live together. They don't like each other, but they have to stay at home. They have to stay in the house because if you go out, you might be killed by a zombie. There are zombies around, or something like that. Not exactly zombies. Something horrible, something scary and dangerous, deadly dangerous is waiting outside the door. So they have to stay locked in.
Hmm.
It's not a happy song.
It's not a happy song. That's okay. You're allowed to not have happy songs sometimes. That's perfectly fine. Or we're gonna listen to Sapirti and to other songs and do a little more dancing with us. And then we'll have you right back. Sound great? All right. You guys, we are, and we're gonna listen to Sapirti. I am trying here, people, by Monoplan. And then we have My Baby by White River Rambler. And then Les Serment by Morant. Now that's French, and it sounds like cement. But it's probably not. Needless to say, it's the cement. It's not Serment. And Morant's gonna kick my booty for that, but that's okay. It's all right. You guys love me, and that's all that matters. I try, people. I try. And you gotta have a little, you gotta have a little laugh along the way. Just say. But some great music. You guys ready? Here we go.
По снежным полям рассыпалась ночь, остывшей золой. И тени ползут на свет ночника из пыльных углов. Мерцает табло электронных часов. Он дверь перед сном запрет на засов. От странных людей, незваных гостей и темных затей. Их день начался с игры в поддавки. Вот шах, а вот мат. Проверенный путь избавить себя от криков и драм. Без сахара чай, без соли обед. Здесь нечего ждать, новых хода нет. Не время идти, перекрыты пути. Сидеть заперти. По зимним полям рассыпалась ночь, остывшей золой. И тени ползут, упорно ползут из темных углов. Настала пора ложиться в кровать, но сон не придет, они будут ждать, когда за стеной послышится злой пронзительный вой. Настала пора ложиться в кровать, но сон не придет, и они будут ждать, когда за стеной послышится злой пронзительный бой. My baby loves me right, keeps me warm, holds me tight, gives me kisses in the pale moonlight, holds my hand and squeezes tight, sees things my way, we never fight. When we go out to dinner, she'd give me a bite. My baby loves me right. My baby loves me good, better than I thought anybody could. She acts like a lady should, or keeping her forever, knock on wood. Puts me in a better mood, I'm the luckiest guy in the neighborhood. My baby loves me good. She loves me up, loves me down, you never see me with a frown. I'm just sitting here on cloud nine, by her side to the end of time. Love like ours is out of sight. My baby loves me right. My baby loves me fine, sweeter than strawberry wine. My blue sky, my warm sunshine, I'm so happy that she is mine. Love like ours is hard to find, but just for her I'll walk the line. My baby loves me fine. She loves me up, loves me down, you never see me with a frown. I'm just sitting here on cloud nine, by her side to the end of time. Love like ours is out of sight. My baby loves me right. My baby loves me right, keeps me warm, holds me tight, gives me kisses in the pale moonlight, holds my hand and squeezes tight, sees things my way, we never fight. When we go out to dinner, she gives me a bite. My baby loves me right. My baby loves me right.
So yeah, some great music. Absolutely beautiful music. I I think about the musicians that have been on this show in the last 2 years. It's November, people. I started the show in February, almost 2 years ago. And I just think the wealth of musicians that are on this show are just amazing. Um, you guys make this show what it is. So thank you for sending your music. Um, we do have we do have Monoplan on one more time. Hey, how you doing? You enjoying yourself?
Oh yes, and I'm enjoying the music in the show too. Thank you, Rebecca. Great
You're
stuff.
very welcome. So what's new for you? What are you working on right now?
Uh, just a couple of days ago, I finished working on the cover version of a song by the German band Element of Crime. The song is from the 80s, from the period when they were writing songs in English. They switched to German later. Uh, it's the song is a social and political commentary, uh, in a way, sort of. Uh, this cover version will be released November 11th. I'll send you the audio file if you want.
Absolutely, please bring it on. Would love that. Um, so you're working on that. You mainly just record and send your music out. Do you ever perform?
Uh, Unfortunately, no. I would like to,
Yeah.
but I don't think that these are the best of times for live performing.
No.
You know, lots of people leave in the country to avoid mobilization.
Yeah.
I'm keeping a low profile in my village,
Really.
going out only to shop for something.
Yeah. Cross every finger, right? Just keep a low profile, keep you healthy and alive. That's my you are always you're always in my prayers. You're one of the people that I think about a lot actually lately. And I'm just like, just keep him safe, God. Keep him safe. Keep his family safe. Um, I know if people want to find you, where can they find you music wise?
They can find me on my Twitter. I post there not very often, but regularly. They could find me on my Bandcamp, monoplanmusic.bandcamp.com, or uh, they can find me on my label's Bandcamp page created for me. It is monoplantransnova.bandcamp.com.
Nice. So if you guys look him up, Monoplan, Monoplan on Bandcamp. You can also find him on Twitter at twitter.com/monoplan music. That's Monoplan music. You can find him on Facebook at facebook.com/monoplan. And that's MON, the actual zero, PLAN. Please support him in his endeavors so that we can have his music going out on the airways and into your hearts, because he's got some amazing music out there, guys. So this next song we're actually going to hear, is it Apora? Is that how you say this? Apora?
Droga.
Droga.
Doroga.
I am
Yes.
so wrong.
It's,
Droga. So
whichever means the road, yes.
yeah, the road. Yeah. So tell me about this song.
It's a song about having some kind of secret relationship with a person and parting ways with that person.
Hmm.
Uh, it's not actually not necessarily a sad song. It's kind of light sadness, a sadness with hope on the side.
So
The
very
road is actually the road that calls the other person after a short meeting. And thus they are parting ways, but not forever. They will meet someday. They will meet once again.
They'll meet again. So it's slightly bittersweet, but you
Yes.
can, but very much not the end, which is beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. We're gonna listen to this song and then do a little more dancing, and then we're gonna say goodnight. It's been an amazing time, And so here we go, guys. All right, you guys, we're gonna listen to Depora, and which is The Road by Monoplan. And then we have Loved to Death by Vazoom. I just like saying your name. Vazoom. And then we have Unique Days by Victor Sierra. And then Another Cold Day in the Sun by Eric Parker. You guys ready for some amazing music to end this beautiful night? Yep, here we go.
День этот вечер на голое тело, вплети в свои волосы жемчуг луны. Мы выйдем за двери, пока не стемнело, и звезды на небе еще не видны. Мне нравится дым твоей сигареты и твой отрешенно задумчивый взгляд. В прощальном костре мы сожжем это лето, и будет кружить золотой листопад. Ты здесь, как всегда, ненадолго. Ты мой удивительный сон. С рассветом поманит дорога тебя, как было с начала времен. Начало времен. Мне нравится дым твоей сигареты и твой отрешенно задумчивый взгляд. В осеннем костре мы сжигаем секреты, и тихо кружит золотой листопад. Ты здесь, как всегда, ненадолго. Ты мой удивительный сон. С рассветом поманит дорога тебя, как было с начала времен. С начала времен. всегда ненадолго. Ты мой удивительный сон со светом поманит дорога. Тебя опять до скончания времен, до скончания времен.
Gave you my heart, took your pound of lead.
drink the glass of grief, switch feelings for those that love to hate. Some choose the easy path, find a target for their wrath, and spit at the face. They love to hate. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. Words from the other side, and they join them for the ride, calling to murder people they love to hate. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. Days, unquiet moments of our time. Some go for conspiracy, led by imaginary masters in the dark. They love to hate. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. We'll live unquiet days, unquiet moments of our time. We'll live unquiet days.
joy and fear and love. Take me away from another cold day on the sun, when all things are said and done. Time has passed you by, living wrecked in your time. The atmosphere evaporates when the red light concentrates.
Yeah, so that was Eric. Eric Parker is one of our very good friends. He actually was in a band with us for a long time, but he's kind of he plays all these stringed instruments and has this really cool sound to him. So, gotta love Eric. Good job, Eric. But thank you so much for being on tonight. It's been a blast to have you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
And I again, we pray for you and your family and anyone else that is around you, that safety and just, peace comes to everybody. Bring peace.
Inevitably. I
Bring
hope
peace.
soon.
Yes, exactly. Well, you guys, it has been a blast tonight. If you want to send me music, you can send it to CelticRain777 at gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist. And as you can see, I play all genres of music. I'm just saying. And it has to be family friendly, meaning please no cursing and let's not make fun of people. That's never nice. Thank you. If you're not watching from YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. You can find us and subscribe, and hit that little bell so that you'll know exactly when we're going to be on. This is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I say thank you. Thank you for coming. I can't do this without you. And good night. Bye.